Prost! Hi, I'm Blythe Stevens, MFA Bliss Catalyst and creator of A Blythe Coach, where I help multi-passionate creatives dance through their difficulties, some of which may include adventures such as travel, actual or creative. And I just recently got back from visiting my hometown on Hawai'i Island in Hawaii, and I'm now back in Cologne, Germany, teaching and dancing, creating choreography. And for my future self, in terms of packing better, lighter, everything that I need in future trips, and for any other nosy people or curious people who like to see what's in people's bags or how we travel, especially traveling long distances internationally over oceans and continents, in order to have leisure time and vacation, but also to be working, to be filming, creating, all that kind of thing. I was teaching both in studio and online while visiting family and also having fun sort of touristy outings and lots of meals together and things like that. So I do have an advantage because when I'm traveling home, I do have some things there on the premises stored away for use. And with travels when I'm going elsewhere, I don't necessarily have that advantage of clothes and tools and other things one might need also available in addition to what I'm carrying. My basic packing philosophy happens in 4 layers or levels, and the last of them is actually a check-on bag, check-through bag when flying. And I actually haven't done that for a few years, have a check bag. It's easier to get through customs and through security and all of that sort of thing and not have a bag lost and just travel light without a check-through bag. Of course, sometimes it can't be avoided. What I do is not necessarily a recommendation for you. It's just what I happen to do and what I found works for me through years of international travel, most recently back and forth between the US and Hawaii and also Germany, Europe, through different routes. So, level number 1, as also illustrated in my sketch version of my packing list, but I also have a digital version of my packing list in Evernote that I'm also able to always check the boxes of and double, triple check all the most important things. So, but level 1, I always have a crossbody with me when I'm traveling internationally so that right on my person, but also consolidatable into my personal item, but ideally right on me, close to the body, especially passing through cities where there might be the higher possibility of theft or pickpocketing or whatnot. And just, yeah, being certain that I can feel it at all times. I will have my daily log notebook and pen, my wallet, my cell phone, my handy, so that's being used right now to film, and my passport, and a lip balm. So those are the most basic things without which I cannot travel. And other than that, it's all comforts and luxuries. What I really need is, this is actually right now a nice, several-year-old Uniqlo bag that was very affordable, lightweight, durable, stands up to water and all kinds of things, going to the beach. So that's the crossbody I used this time and everything that was in it. And we come to the second level, the personal item. So in here, I have, of course, all the things at my feet in the plane and on the front of me when carrying that I will want to be using on the plane or in the airport mostly, rather than in my bigger bag. So I will have in here all the stationery items. I might want to use my Kindle, my notebook, my pens, comfort items such as in this stuff sack, original Go Light stuff sack from the Appalachian Trail. I won't say what year this is here, but I have shared in the past. I have another wallet which has my international stuff. So when I'm in Germany, my Hawaii stuff. When I'm in Hawaii, my Germany stuff, passport, additional bank cards, library cards, account cards, membership cards, all the stuff I might need there, insurance cards, or here, there, or here, both places. And I usually end up having a SIM card and tool in there too. And so I'm switching those things out depending on where I'm landing. Always have a warm hat. Always, always, always. You never know when, even in warm locations, you might end up at altitude or who knows what, evenings, mornings. And it's cool, my luggage tag in case I have to check my carry-on for some reason, although that hasn't happened. Just good to have identification on there in case. So I will also have my dry toiletries so that I'm able to brush my teeth. Once I've gotten through security with liquids and gels, I'll put some moisturizing cream. It's actually Weleda Skin Food in here. Headache medicine or ibuprofen, painkiller, a solid soap and lotion in case I want to wash up or need to, and masks, and a sharpener, and is that, oh yes, and step sack number 1, number 2, number 3. So in with the comforts also jewelry and glasses. So my glasses case, my sunglasses, and chargers and things like that end up finding their way here and either stay in or move into the personal item or stay in the big bag. So usually in day-to-day use here, I'm using my bigger bag for teaching materials and things like that. However, when I'm traveling long distances, it ends up being the bigger bag that goes in the overhead bins and this one under my feet with the things I actually want access to. So what else do we have that I have access to? I also, on any plane ride, will be having a hat, especially traveling to Hawaii, trucker hat, La Ola, the wave, soccer club. A hat is always good, as well as my big hooded hoodie, and I carried my denim jacket, gray denim jacket, and also this usually goes inside, but another layer that I have is a chambray shirt. Coming back from Hawaii, I also had this new black button-down shirt, which is also lovely for travel layering. And I'll have my towel blanket, Turkish towel, that's also good as a scarf blanket. Awesome, comfortable because it's 100% cotton, either on a beach or on a plane or everywhere. And my travel pillow. Absolutely essential to be comfortable. A hoodie and a mask and a blanket and a neck pillow, and then I'm good to go. And can also adjust the pillows of anywhere that I'm staying and my comfort with these items in place as well. So everyday things that are usually in this big bag that end up scooting over to the personal item include my menstrual cup, my power bank, my mini, what did I call it in my previous video? I think emergency or first aid / personal care. It It has a concealer, an eyeliner, a tweezers, an ear cleaner, a nail clipper and a nail file, a Fisher Space Pen, so a backup pen, as well as a pencil, a tampon, tea tree oil, and headache medicine, and a mini sewing kit. So mini file mini sewing kit. I can do all of my basic personal care using this kit, whether it's an emergency or just general maintenance when I'm traveling. This cute little pouch has all of my cables, so that includes cable headphones, my charger for my Kindle, and other devices that use that connection, and then an iPhone cable. Of course, I would have both the German and the US variations to stick in the wall, as well as an adapter in my hand luggage. That brings us to the big bag. The big bag has typically some more comfort things, which I maybe don't need access to in the airport, but maybe if I do, I'll put them in my personal item, namely some yoga paws, which along with my blanket make for great travel yoga space, and a lacrosse ball for a massage ball, great for the pain of travel, sitting for long periods, sleeping in uncomfortable beds, spaces, positions. And I pretty much always end up teaching as well when I travel, either in person, online, or both. So I have my Dancy bag, dance supplies, which include a ballet skirt, dancing socks, which are just black cotton socks, a TheraBand always, so I can do physical therapy exercises, and sometimes some other props, especially when they're very lightweight and I have a certain sort of workshop or guest teaching that I'll be doing while on my travels. And then we have clothing, a collection, a combination of two different very affordable sets of packing cubes I got years ago at, what was it, Nordstrom Rack or TJ Maxx or Ross or something like that. This one that has cute slogans on it like away we go, and this one that's by Amy Kestenberg. But any packing cubes of the right size and weight, lightweight, zipping packing cubes will do in my preference. Again, not for everyone, but I love them. Do a whole Marie Kondo thing to them so that my clothes always fit for any length of trip into the luggage that I'm using. It creates a nice limit to the amount that I'm bringing and a structure to it and compression to it, and even can sort of stay like that when I arrive. Doesn't have to necessarily be unpacked into a drawer, although that could happen. Always have warm woolen socks. My compression socks, if I'm flying long distances, are an essential. Perhaps other pairs of cotton socks, especially socks for work boots or sneakers, especially if I'm doing Tai Chi Qigong. Lighter weight socks. If I'm hiking, heavier weight socks. Tons of tiny lightweight pairs of underwear so that I can go a little bit longer before I wash clothes, although that's another advantage of traveling home, as I have access to laundry facilities. But even when I don't have laundry in the place I'm staying, there's always access to some sort of laundry. So every week or so I can wash everything. Usually just one bikini or bathing suit comes with me, but in the case of traveling to a beachier place like home to Hawaii, I brought two, and I do actually have one that lives there as well, and a combination of sports bras and everyday bras. So I have socks, panties, bras, all bathing suit, all in my smallest little cube, and have tops in my middle-sized cube, and bottoms in the slightly bigger one that unfortunately is sprouting a hole. It says pack well. Unfortunately, my favorite eggplant covered tunic, colored tunic, has holes in it now, so I can wear it with pants but not without. So to Hawaii, I did not use my long sleeve shirt, but I always have long layers no matter where I go in case it gets cool, and they're so lightweight anyway. So I had my other pink tunic and 4 or 5 t-shirts and 3 or 4 tank tops for the trip. Ended up coming home with a new leotard as well, because at West Hawaii Dance Theater and Academy, my home studio, I ended up finding a really good deal and a new leotard that I like. Tops. Bottoms for Hawaii are mostly shorts. I have work jeans there when I'm doing projects with my family. And then I always have a pair of long leggings. I have longer shorts and short shorts there. Running shorts, pajama shorts, lots of shorts. Obviously traveling to a cooler environment, I would bring more long pants. Or I just end up wearing my jeans more. So I ended up wearing my blue jeans on this trip. For some trips, I might instead wear black jeans, especially if it was going to be cold. I might even have 2 pairs of jeans, although they're very heavy. So long shirts and long pants, of course, change a lot the packing landscape. Those are what I brought with me this time. Again, there's only one long sleeve shirt that I did not wear at all. Yeah, so that worked out really well. And I came home with 1 additional shirt and 1 additional pair of shorts that I bought there, but otherwise was very comfortable throughout, especially with a hoodie and shirts and all of that for layering. And then when it was very warm, just as little as a tank top and shorts is wonderful. One of the great things about being at home at that time of year and after they have the storms. The poor things. Of course, I also have my handy, trusty water bottle and empty it before going through security checkpoints. Remember, because some of them don't care, but one of them, in order to keep the bottle, I thankfully had time, but I had to go out, back through security, empty it, drink it, and then go back through security with it again. So that was a bit of a hang up, and yeah. We're thirsty people, though. So good to stay hydrated, and again, especially when traveling in general, but traveling to a warm place, it's good to always have drinking water. I also didn't really need this black tank with me because I have a black tank there that's also cute and suitable to the weather. But light layers, t-shirts, comfy clothes. Professional wear for me, of course, is mostly dance clothes, occasionally for emceeing or speaking. Something slightly more dressy, but not really in the field of dance education. So, in the technology area, where's my tech? Yes. So maybe when you travel, you don't need to bring a whole bunch of computer gear or professional equipment. For me, in addition to the small amount of dance wear that I brought this time, I also brought this stuff sack. Represents the computer. So when I carry my computer, I have also a water-resistant pouch in case we really get some rain. The cord usually, but the cord died, so I threw it away. I'm gonna get a new one. A tripod, microphone, mouse, and I'm using my phone to record. So I don't have my usual lighting and angles and situation, but I'm able to do online teaching, and also in some cases I'll record and produce videos from travel. In this case, I did not really do a lot of recording this time. I did a lot more planning for future creative projects, such as potentially taking part in the Hawaii Island choreographer's concert in the future, and coming back to do more guest teaching and workshops and things like that. So it was just a fun time of catching up with my family and mentors and friends, and spending time with my partner, and getting engaged, and relaxing on the beach, and getting work and projects done, and spending quality time with my family. And mostly the packing went really well. Stay tuned for part 2, or if you're more interested in stationery types of things, come on back for more about exactly what the stationery was that I brought with me and how I used it or didn't use it. Thanks for joining me and looking into packing lightweight but also creatively, either in spirit or maybe in fact, maybe you're preparing for some future travels yourself. I'd love to hear about them. And take good care of yourself and pay attention. Until next time.